Okay, our next speaker is Alex Tucciaroni. He's another former principal at Xavier, former superintendent. He's been around a lot.
Unlike Brian's gift that he can say anything, anywhere, anytime, on any subject, I have to write things down, so bear with me. For the football players in the crowd, just to let you know, I still keep a very special football on my mantle. It says Xavier 40, Gonzaga 13. It was a special edition ball that was given to me by the team and Brian way back when we had a very successful season, our first win at that time.
I remember that game.
I had the pleasure as a very young vice principal, coming from Toronto, had no clue where this Father Michael Goetz was, or Gates, whatever they called it, but I was told I was going to this school, and with the late Ed King, as Ezio mentioned, and I happened to meet this young chaplain, Brian Finamore, who was appointed to what they used to call the junior campus, because we had 1,100 grade 9s and 10s with like 36 portables at a temporary site, and they had 2 rookie Dufferin POVPs with Brian, a rookie chaplain. But after a few weeks, our principal decided he wasn't going to go over to the other campus anymore. He was staying with us. And from his very first reflection, he had everybody listening at a pin drop. Brian, this is what's going on in the school. The next morning, he'd have a reflection about that particular issue. And he put everyone at peace with what was going on. He was absolutely amazing. As Ezio also said, at the end of the year, because Father Gates was moved to his permanent site, Xavier started in the old Pocock site. So he had the good fortune of having Brian join Xavier at its very initial stage. So yes, very fortunate in having that particular choice. But I'll tell you, even that very first moment when you meet Brian, it's all from the heart. At Gates, we had leaders with heart. As soon as we were at Xavier, the saints started to do the good work, helping the needy. But Brian was always there, not just for the students. He was there for the parents, and he was also there for the staff. Let's fast forward like some 25 years later. I'm retired, I could speak all night, but I won't. But here I am, as a retiree, sometimes you get to channel surf. So I'm changing channels, and I come across the Cardinal Leger High School Cafe, and there happened to be a special edition of it. I know him, that's Brian Finamore. He's sitting there with the host, and they're talking with the student from Cardinal Leger about how Dr. Simone and Canadian Food for Children work and how they promote good things and help others in need. And it was just amazing. It's like all these years have gone by, but Brian continues to do what he set to do the very first time that we met him. He's still helping everyone. And I want to share just a little quote from the young lady who happened to be from Leger. The student said, "Mr. Finamore opened us by always putting others first. You put in our hands that helping is not a bad thing, and that you should always have time to help others in need." This message could be echoed by all students, parents, and staff at Gates, Xavier, St. Paul, and currently at Cardinal Leger, who at this time has the good fortune of working with Brian. By the way, the second half of the show, Brian was the host and judge of the cooking show, yeah. He made the students in the audience feel right at home. He was so comfortable in what he was doing. He was a natural host, just like he was when he introduced the extraordinary people to us, like Hurricane Carter. like Kim Fu, like Elisha Harper? And what about the 200 World War I and World War II vets that came to Xavier and were staked for CBC? How can we forget those special moments? Brian made all of us look at the needy and encourage peace in the world. Examples of some of the things that Brian did were seen also on the video. The Peace Tower. And by the way, Cardinal Carter blessed it this morning. Cardinal Collins blessed it this morning at Xavier. The outdoor Stations of the Cross. And of course, the number of visits to Food for Children, the Jamaican Exchange, trips to the homeless and needy downtown, and the Knights Table in Brampton, just to name a few. Brian has always had time for students, parents, and staff. I, for one, was amazed at every graduation how Brian would call every student by name. Think about it. We had 2,300 students at one time at Xavier, approximately 500 at graduation, and knowing every student on that stage by name. Phenomenal. Sylvia, Rachel, and Patrick, thank you for sharing Brian with us. I know that he has spent countless hours with all of us, whether in prayer, on the field, on retreats, participating in charitable activities, or just listening to us sometimes. His presence in our lives has been a true blessing to all of us. Congratulations, Brian, on having Xavier Field named after you. Like I told to Dave and at the committee, I can think of no one I've ever worked with or known that would be more deserving of such a wonderful award. May God continue to bless you as you continue to make a difference in our lives, in all that you've met, and all the people that you will continue to meet. Thank you, Brian.